two questions here.
Okay, go ahead.
So I've been hearing the topic of vows very often so far. For me, it seems that there is no benefit at all of making vows. In that case, can I assume it's forbidden to make vow whatsoever?
I didn't get the question about ball, like ball, like, or what was it? Sorry, again, please.
Yes, if we can assume, because I've been hearing this topic of vows a lot of times so far. So can I assume it's forbidden to make any vows at all, because I don't see any benefit of doing that?
Balls for what? For playing sports? I don't understand what you're saying.
Vows for everything in general.
There is no such restriction. Like a shape of the round shape of the ball is forbidden.
No, vows, promises.
Vows. Apologies. Vows. Okay, sorry. Okay, I apologize. So vows, is it forbidden? We said it's a very not recommended, but the vows we make for something that is usually permissible to us, but we want to strengthen ourselves and go ahead, right? So he said, look, starting tomorrow, I promise I'm going to get up 5:30. Are you obligated to get up at 5:30? No, you're not obligated. Is it forbidden to get up at 5:30? It's not forbidden. So you make something like you forcing yourself to do something. Or you said, I'm at this place, this is my cousin's house, this is street, whatever, on which he lives, it's forbidden to me. I'm not allowed to go to that place any longer, for whatever reason, right? So yeah, so he's not allowed. So are these vows? Yeah, they're good vows and useless vows, right? So those are good vows.
Also, I noticed that even for me at least, it would see that we are capable of knowing the future. Like, for example, in my case, I don't ever again say to, for example, Uber, working as Uber transport.
Mm-hmm.
I stopped doing that because people schedule the job, and I said I don't know what's going to happen in 2 weeks, so I cannot say if I am going to be there or not be available. So I stopped doing that service, because in that case I am thinking that I am not the owner of the future of what is going to happen. So taking that into account, I directly assume that at least for me, it would be forbidden to make any vow at all.
No, but Uber, driving the car, there's no problem. I think, I used them only a few times in my life, but the way I understand, you need a car to go from here to your friend's house, for example, and you see who is available. So you see three cars are available. You see on the map, and you just order. So you see that the fastest can get to me in 7.5 minutes. I don't know, like 5 minutes for now. So there is no problem. It's not a promise. I mean, they say I'm available. Can you promise to be there in 5-7 minutes if you if you're in a car and your motor is running and you like to make money? Most likely you're going to be there. So it's not 3 months from now. So, but in these cases that it's very far fetched. So you can say Blineder. There is no problem. I mean, it's not a promise. You're not promising. So I say right.
One of our friends is asking on the board. Are herbs and supplements like coffee and caffeine in the same category of a person needing drugs to fulfill positive or negative mitzvot, or to keep vows that make a person mentally insane if they depend on the herbs or teeth?
Could you say it again, please? I apologize. Say it again.
Sorry, are herbs and supplements like coffee,
Yeah.
and caffeine in the same category of a person needing drugs to fulfill positive or negative mitzvahs, or to keep vows that make a person mentally insane if they depend on the herbs or the teas.
Okay, I'm trying to get the question. So basically, for example, if somebody needs to drink coffee because his body or her body needs this caffeine, there is no problem whatsoever. So and to forbid themselves these supplements if they need for energy to perform during the day, I would it's contrary to what we say. We say that everything in the world was created for a person. So all of the animal lovers, right? All of the animals were created for a person. Whether like we eat this animal or we like take some products of the animal, some hides, I don't know, some other things they make chemicals from some animals, like in the wild animals, I don't know, whatever they do. So all of these things were created for a person, right? For a person serving of HaShem. So if this coffee, for example, if a person cannot go through the day without 2 cups of coffee, let's say, right? So it would not be proper to forbid himself coffee. Yes, they say it's like a drug. It's not drug. I mean, you can call whatever you want. Like, but since this thing, it's not forbidden. It's not substance like alcohol or something that. You see, when a person gets alcohol, that takes alcohol or take drugs, so it distance themselves from HaShem because they cannot control their mind, and it's absolutely forbidden. But when a person takes a coffee or like tea, like strong tea, maybe too strong, it's not recommended because it can kill your kidney or something, right? But other things, normal for the boost of energy, there is no problem whatsoever, and it would be wrong to abstain from that. If that's what you need to serve Hashem, so you can drink this coffee. So Rabbi Elyashiv Zatzal, he was drinking this coffee and he died at 103 years old, the biggest rabbi in the world who drank 1 cup of coffee for breakfast and piece of bread. Sometimes no piece of bread, and that's it. It was his breakfast, and he was like in the middle of the night he would go and learn Torah. So yeah, so the problem is not with the coffee, it's not with the tea, it's with other things. Okay. So again, don't torture yourself. So that's a very basic maybe idea answer to this question.
Thank you very much, Rabbi.
You're welcome.